live people. All right. So today's topic is actually going to be really in. I'm going to talk about making money. I'm really just going to be diving into making money and how to make money from all over the world. If you don't know who I am, my name is Kadeem. Welcome to the channel, Kadeem Rich Journey. I've been traveling for a while, making money all over the world, and this is what I do. I go live. I just came from the gym, so I'm ripped right now. But I just came from the gym. It's been a great day in the gym. After this, I'm gonna go swim in the pool. And oh, the hey, what are you doing? After this, I'm gonna go swim in the pool. And then yeah, that's pretty much gonna be my day. And then probably I'll go have lunch. But talking about making money from all over the world and traveling, this is what I do. And if I can help someone while I go live, I think it makes the world of a difference, right? So this is what I try to do as much as possible. Sometimes we have people that come in here from South Korea, from Australia, from New Zealand, from Ghana, from Jamaica, from Suriname, from Canada, from Greece, from Mexico, you name it. People are coming in from all over the world and asking me questions about how are you traveling and making money at the same time and living this great life. And so that's why I come on, try to talk to people, getting the chance to talk to an actual millionaire from your culture and ask them questions and get inspired by them and realize that, this is actually a real thing happening in 2025. I think it actually does help people. And so that's what we try to do here. So and then also, the reason why we're growing the channel is because I give away two scholarships every year to kids in Jamaica, and that's also out of my own pocket. And so then I want to grow YouTube so that we can use the YouTube money. 100% of the YouTube money will go towards funding more of those scholarships. And so we give away two out of my pocket, and I want to use YouTube money to give more scholarships to kids in Jamaica to send them to college because, I think that would be a really good use of the YouTube space. So even though it's like three things happening at the same time, I get to help you. I get to have purpose for my own life, after financial freedom. And obviously, I get to do something. And then also, we get to help the kids in Jamaica. So we're having fun, we're learning, and the kids in Jamaica get to benefit. So it's a good situation all around, I think, right? I think you'd agree, right? Cool. Perfect. It's gonna rain like crazy. I'm not sure, you can't see it from my angle, but over there's a lot of rain that's about to come this way. So I hope my stuff by the pool doesn't get wet because I left it over there because I'm gonna go back and swim. But anyway, oh, and yesterday when there was actually thunder. There was a thunderstorm last night, so hopefully it doesn't get too bad. Anyway, let's talk about money. So, how do you actually travel the world and make money? So, one, um, you have to involve your phone. There must be some type of. Your name is Ali Boboa. Okay. Hey, Brooke. Actually, I know that name. So, what's up, Brooke? How do you actually make money from anywhere in the world? One, an internet connection. You need an internet connection. And there's some skills that you must master to be able to make money from everywhere in the world. I'm going to tell you what they are. I'm going to tell you some ways that you can make money, which is what we're going to be talking about on the live, right? Strictly about money, strictly about how to make money, how to travel the world, etc. And you can feel free to ask questions. And if you're joining us, tell me where you're watching from so that we can actually get the chat popping. Okay, cool. Yo, what's happening, Beckett? So first, you're gonna need an internet connection, right? So some skills that you need to master before you start traveling the world and making money from anywhere. One of them is marketing. You need to master social media marketing. No, it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to create content, but you need to master how to reach people to give them a product, right? No, I don't sell like courses or anything like that. All of my courses are free. You can go check them out if you want to. I don't sell courses, but if you want to be able to sell anything using the internet, right? I'm in real estate. I had to master marketing in real estate. So in one of my the way that I mastered real estate marketing is I understood pictures, I understood copywriting, I understood. I am in Tokyo, right from US. Okay, cool. I understood copywriting, I understood storytelling, I understood pictures, I understood what people desire, I understood customer preferences, I also understood market research. All of these things are actually marketing, right? And so if you understand that skill, yo, it's gonna rain like crazy. It hasn't rained here yet, but across the river. Oh, let me show you my view. This is my view. That's my view. Can you see it? Where's my hand? Oh, there's my hand. Yeah, right there. That's my view. But you can see it's gonna rain over there. Anyway, there's some skills that you have to master. So we're talking about marketing. You also have to master how to lead people. Reason why I say that is leadership impacts how much you can get other people willing to do tasks that you need them to do. And your ability to lead is how much influence that you can have without you physically being present, right? In essence, you need to be able to replicate yourself. It's your business, but you need to be able to replicate yourself over and over and over again, right? Because you can't be everywhere at the same time. So if you're going to run a business from your cell phone, one of the first things that you need to be looking at is marketing and leadership. Marketing and leadership, and then maybe sales. But marketing and leadership first. Marketing and leadership, because you need to let people know about your stuff. And you need to, obviously, once you let people know about your stuff, you need to get other people to be able to carry on the work for you. Otherwise, you've given yourself a job. And that's not what you want. Because otherwise, if I had a job, I couldn't be live at 11:37 in the morning on a Thursday just because, right? So then that's how we kind of have to approach this leadership. So, leadership. One of the best authorities in the world on leadership. His name is John C. I'm giving you so much game right now. I hope you guys are taking notes. And John C. Maxwell is the leading authority in the world on leadership. John C. Maxwell. And he talks about the level of leadership. There's 5 laws of leadership. His best-selling book is 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. But let me give you some of the best resources that he's given to me so that you can actually take away something from this slide. Okay, I'm not going to leave you hanging. So when it comes to leadership, one, leaders care about the people first and not just the task to be done. Bosses care about the task. Leaders care about the people. That's the first thing. You have to care about the people that you are leading. So then, for example, ask, hey, how is your family? Follow up. If you need to take notes on everybody that you're leading so that you can remember what's going on in their lives, good leaders do that. Any way that you take for you to remember what's going on in their life, you must remember, how's your son? What's going on with your family? Let them know that you care, because if you can present your goals in their best interest, then you are a better leader, because you don't want people doing something that they don't think will help them to get their lives better. And if you can't help them any at all, then you shouldn't be leading them in the first place, right? That's what leadership is. You follow me and your life will become better. If not, if you're following me and your life becomes worse, what kind of leadership is that, right? Your life must be better in some way by you following some other leader. Otherwise, that's a boss getting you to do things that you don't want. And you don't want to be a boss, you want to be a leader. You want to lead dozens, if not hundreds or thousands of people. Okay. So you have to learn leadership. Okay. Your ability to communicate. Leaders know how to communicate effectively. What does that mean? A lot of people, when you hear them speak, they speak with a lot of fillers. Um, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Right? You understand? If you have to say, do you know what I'm saying? Then that's not clear communication, because they should have gotten it from the first time. You understand what I'm saying? You see what I did there? You have to communicate clearly. And that's not just speech. You also have to do that with your body language, using your hands, using your eye contact, using your posture. All of these things go into effective communication. And so, as you are speaking, leadership comes and is enforced through communication. If you don't know how to communicate, then how are you going to communicate what you want done clearly, or the direction and your vision clearly? The best people in the world that have the biggest visions all know how to communicate effectively, because it's a necessity. Okay, it's not about using big words. It's not about speaking fast. It's about getting the other person to understand everything that you are thinking, using your body language, your voice, your tone, your eyes, your posture. That's what's important. More on leadership. I'll give you some other lessons that I learned from John C. Maxwell. The first level of leadership is getting people to just do what you tell them to do. That's the first level. That's the lowest level of leadership. The highest level of leadership, and so it goes getting people to do what you want them to do, getting them to do it without you telling them, for example, right? Then getting them to influence other people to do what you tell them to do. And then the highest level of leadership is getting them to influence other people independent of you, which is pretty much replicating yourself, and they don't need to depend on you. So in essence, you are creating other leaders who can then create other leaders. That is how you build a big organization. I repeat that. The highest level of leadership is you creating other leaders that can create other leaders. If you don't understand that, then how are you going to build a company that can run from anywhere in the world and you're not even there? Your goal as an international leader is to lead people who can lead other people to lead other people. That is the highest level of leadership. Okay. So more skills that you need to master if you're going to travel all over the world and make a lot of money. So we talked about leadership. We talked about sales. We talked about marketing. Okay. So actually, let's talk about sales a little bit more. So sales. When you're talking about sales, so I have a book, for example, and my first book was a bestseller. No, I didn't have to sell that book, but I did market that book. I marketed that book every single day for a very long time. Hey, how you doing? Pro investment banking. How are you doing, buddy? I'm doing fantastic. Pro investment banking. Tell me what you do. Very interesting. I don't see that name often. Pro investment banking. What does that mean? What does pro investment banking mean? As we're talking about money. So, uh, what was I? Sales, right? So sales and marketing. Here is how it's different. Marketing is letting people know about your stuff. Sales is getting people to buy your stuff. Now, marketing can result in sales, but sales is much more direct, right? Getting people to buy. Marketing is getting people to know and they can buy on their own, but sales is getting people to buy. More direct. Okay. So then I talk about finance on YouTube channel. Fantastic. Well, you're in the right place. I also talk about finance. Are you traveling all over the world and financially free? Because that's a prerequisite for me to listen to you. I'll tell you that right now. If you're not financially free, then I don't know, man. Like one of the things I see about, if you're having a great time, all right, well, tune in, man. I talk to financial advisors all the time, and one of the things I see about financial advisors is that two things. One, a lot of them aren't millionaires themselves, and you might be. I'm not saying you're not, but you might be. That's fine. And I've met some millionaire financial advisors. But the second thing is that financial advising is a job, and many financial advisors they don't want a job, and I don't have a job. So then, for me to take advice from a financial advisor doesn't make sense because maybe they should take advice from me in terms of how to become financially free so that they don't have a job. However, I do learn a lot from financial advisors. For example, I'll give you a case point. One of the things I learned from a financial advisor last year is the benefits of uh, cash value life insurance. Now, if you don't have any money, this does not pertain to you. But cash value life insurance essentially is a loan to yourself, which makes sense. And after a certain point, it does make sense, especially over a Roth IRA. That makes a lot of sense. I learned that last year, and I've been looking into it this year. And I'm going to get one set up. I need to get back to the US because I've been traveling again for the last 2 years. So I'm going to go back to the US, get that set up, and then travel again. Uh, but for the most part, the essence of financial freedom is you do need assets that are paying for all of your liabilities. And there's three assets that I teach, which is real estate, investments, and business. Real estate, so investments takes the longest time. Real estate takes second. Business, you can buy a business and you can be financially free by next year, right? But these are the three ways. So these are very good. However, I keep talking. Why you delete your comments, man? Come on, man. Don't delete your comments. Let's get talking. You see that kind of thing, that's hilarious to me. Let me screenshot you, man. It's- yeah, people are hilarious. Bankers are hilarious to me. Anyway, what was I talking about? How to be financially free and travel the world. You see, this dude, he's coming in here to try and sell. This is why I laugh at some of you, man. You guys coming to talk to me, And you guys don't have your finances together. You guys are in debt. You're not millionaires. You're not traveling the world. You're not financially free. So then why you come talk to me about finance, man? Just come on and listen. Don't. Anyway, that's why he deleted his comment. That's why he's gone. You guys are funny. Um, let's keep going. So how you actually travel the world and stay financially free? Um, the internet, right? All of the platforms that make money today, people already have credit cards on them. Think about Amazon, Shopify, Airbnb. Um, what's the one in South America? What's it, Mercado Libre, right? Think about all of these platforms. People already have their credit cards on them. They're already getting traffic, right? Teachable, Udemy, right? All of these YouTube, TikTok, people already have their credit cards on them. So then for them to buy your product on these platforms is super easy. So then all you need to do right now is get onto those platforms where people are already buying stuff and then get a piece of the pie. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. I'm in real estate. Real estate is the second oldest industry in the world. You know what's the first oldest industry? Stop. The second oldest industry in the world. That's real estate, right? So I haven't really created anything. I don't need to create the next NVIDIA. I don't want to do that. Why? I have 90 years, 99 years on this earth. Okay. I don't want to waste my time, waste 30 years. No, no, no. That's maybe for a couple of people. I want to live my life and travel and see the world and have kids and experience all that life has to offer. I don't want to spend my time in a cubicle. And that's what creating NVIDIA would do. You think the founder of NVIDIA can go and take a month-long vacation in Fiji? No, he can't do that. He can't do that. What do you think he's done for the last 20 years? Do nothing but build NVIDIA. Yes, maybe he can take a week off, but he's not free. These guys are stressed. Yes, they maybe have yachts and stuff, but they can't really take a year off. I've been traveling for 2 years. Do you think the founder of NVIDIA can take 2 years off of his business? Nah, they can't. Elon Musk just posted that he's going back to work at Tesla 24/7. 24/7. Do you want to work 24/7? Absolutely not. There's no way. I want to be free and experience life. And so, back to talking about how you actually do that. So, you travel in the world, right? So, then one of the things that you have to actually realize is that you can set up a local business and then you have to think about it per unit. This is one of the things I teach. If you are thinking about a business per unit, this is why most restaurants fail. Because most restaurant people who start, they want like 25 items on the menu. But look at Burger King. How many things do they sell? Burger, fries, and maybe a few other things. Their entire menu is maybe 15 items. The biggest places in the world, their entire menu is maybe 15 items. But small restaurants, they have rice and there's no big restaurant in the world that serves rice. They do fries because you can easily replicate fries quickly. Burgers, fries, wings. That's why they're big. Tacos, right? Because you can easily replicate these things. Sandwiches. So then if you have one unit, so for example, in real estate, you have one unit, and one unit brings in $1,000, and your monthly expenses is $10,000, then you only need about 10, 20, 15, 12 to be financially free. And that's all you need to do. Set up each unit until you get to your number. That's it. I repeat that. If one unit is bringing you $1,000 and you spend 5,000 every month, and $5,000, for example, outside of the US, in Suriname, $5,000 a month is a lot of fucking money. In Jamaica, $5,000 a month is a lot of fucking money. And if you're the top executives in Europe, banking executives in Europe, wish they were making $5,000 a month. So then, if you want to earn $5,000 a month, then think about this. Hey, Sudesh, how you doing? Yes, I'm glad you're here. I am live before midday. Great. I'm glad you're here because I'm doing this for you. Welcome in. Cool. So if you want to make $5,000 a month, yes, then think about this. If one of your real estate properties, one of your Airbnbs, one of your Shopify stores, one of your nail salons, one of your car washes earned 1,000, then how many more car washes do you need? How many more vending machines do you need to get to 5,000? You need five of them. Five vending machines, five Airbnbs, five real estate properties, five car washes, five laundromats, five nail salons. Then you just set all five of them up as quickly as you possibly can. Then you become a leader and lead your team to help you manage your entire portfolio. Now you can travel because you have $5,000 coming in a month or $10,000 coming in a month. You only spend five. So then you're getting richer as you're traveling, which is exactly what's happening to me. I'm richer now than when I started traveling. I'm going to repeat that. I am richer now than when I started traveling because my assets are earning me more money than I'm spending. Again, if I'm spending $5,000 a month and my assets are bringing in $10,000 a month, then I'm only spending five, I'm earning five, which means $5,000 is the net increase in my net worth every month. For example, you understand what I'm saying? So then, because I have these assets and use that extra five to either save it or I can invest it to getting more assets. So then I can use my real estate properties to get more real estate properties, which I do, or I can use my real estate properties to get more vending machines, or to start a Shopify store, or to start a YouTube channel, or to start a TikTok shop, whatever. But this is how you keep getting richer. You see, they're not teaching this, but that's why I'm showing you. You see, we had an investment banker in here, pro investment banking that came in, and he wants to talk about, how to set up a 401k and, what I'm saying, put away $250 a month, and then you'll be rich by 65. Yeah, I laugh at you guys, man, because you guys don't know what you're talking about. You guys don't study financial freedom. You study money and you do things. This is my problem with financial advisors. The way that financial advisors really make money, I'm going to say this. The way that you guys really make money is on fees from the people that you are selling to. And you guys think that people like me who have money and who have assets and worked for them don't know this, and you think you're gonna swindle us and support your lifestyle. Fuck out of here, man. The point is, we know more about money than you guys do. That's why we have money, and you're trying to get us to be your customers. You see what I'm saying? So then that 401k investing $250 or $1,000 and you retire by 65, that's bullcrap. What actually works is that you use the bank's money, buy assets, get the assets to pay you while paying the bank. Once you pay the bank back, you keep the assets and then you do it again. Use the bank's money, buy an asset, pay the bank back, keep the asset. Do it again. How many times can you do this in a decade? One decade can change your life. One. One decade can change your life. You see, I'm getting, animated about this because, I think partially because I don't like when people are deceived. This is, I don't like when people are deceptive. I don't like that. I don't like when people are duplicitous, and I think that happens a lot in the financial space. So then back to talk again. I have nothing to sell, right? This channel is completely 100% of the profits here are going to go to the kids in Jamaica to send them to college. Yesterday, we are this close to again completing the second scholarship for this year, and I'm trying to get to four by the end of the year using this YouTube money. So I have nothing to sell you. I don't really care what you're doing. One of the things that I want you to do is understand that wherever you are in the world, you can get rich by following the principle, not rich, but you can get to financial freedom by following the principles I'm trying to show you. You can get to financial freedom by following the principles I am trying to show you. It's not that hard, it's not that difficult. So then check this out. If you have one barber shop, your goal is not to become a barber. Your goal is to find out the system of that barber shop that you can replicate. So then if you say, okay, I have one barber shop here, I have three cutters in here, I have a vending machine in the barber shop, I have a couple of promotions going on in the window that makes me money as well. I'm going to get as much income stream as possible. I sell some snacks, et cetera, et cetera. So then this barbershop is a system. And in the barbershop, there are maybe five income streams within this barbershop. Okay, I'm going to leave this barbershop to run by itself. And I'm going to set up a second barbershop 5 miles away. And I set up the second one. And I replicate the entire system over there. And I make it even better. Now I have two barbershops. And I'm not a barber. Then I'm going to set up a third one and a fourth one and a fifth one. Once you get to that fifth one, promise you, your life is going to change. Because now your bills are going to be covered, especially if you're doing this correctly. Now you have five barbershops. Now you have a sellable business because you're not a barber. You are a business owner. Now you're working on marketing. Now you're working on subscriptions, right? Now you're working on sales. Now you're working on a manager, right? Now you're working on branding. Okay, can I get everybody in uniform? Can I unify the name? Can I now probably sell products inside all of my stores? Can I sell my own white label product? You can't, you understand what I'm saying, man? This is actually how you get to financial freedom. Car washes, same thing. What Rick Ross, is it Rick Ross? No, Shaq. Shaq owns 155 anti-ants, making more money now than he did in the NBA. Jason Derulo owns, I don't remember how much, but that's $1 billion business. He owns $1 billion business. He owns $1 billion business. Jason Derulo, $1 billion business. What's the $1 billion business? Car washes. He owns car washes. It's called Rocket Wash or something like that. He owns a lot of them, dozens of them. Why does he own dozens of them? He owns dozens of them because it's the same principle I'm trying to tell you. He's making more money as a business owner than as an entertainer. Same with Shaq. Same with Rick Ross. You're doing this thing and you're trying to get there by thinking that you're going to save your way there. All of the people I just mentioned, they used the bank's money and they acquired all of these assets. They're not out of pocket. Jason Derulo, he used the bank's money, got the car wash. The car wash, he improved it, paid back the bank, kept the car wash. Do it again. Same with Shaq. Over and over and over again. It's the same thing. They're trying to save your way, you're trying to promote your way. That's not going to work. Financial freedom is a specific mindset, and you cannot think about money like everybody else. You're waiting for a raise, you're waiting for a bonus at the end of the year. That does not work. I'm trying to help you. Sorry, I had a little job right now. No, you good. You good. No problem. People are trying to save their way to financial freedom, and that just does not work. So I hope I can help somebody. I hope I'm inspiring somebody today. So I want to come on specifically talk about money. Specifically. You know what I'm saying? After this, as I said, my life is fantastic, dude. I'm going to go to the pool after this. I just came from the gym. I'm going to have lunch. It's going to be a great day. I wish that you understood just how amazing it was on the other side. I woke up this morning. I didn't have an alarm clock. You need to work hard when you are young. All right. You see, I'm a screenshot this guy because you see now you're starting to piss me off. Because all right, so I'm gonna run you into the ground because now you're starting to piss me off. All right, so I want you guys to pay attention to what this guy is doing, right? No, don't delete your comment because I already screenshot you. So he just said, bullshit financial freedom, you need to work hard when you are young. All right, so then let's tear this guy apart piece by piece. One, I am 26. I am young. You're an idiot. Okay. So I'm not yet 30 and I'm retired. I've been traveling for the last 2 years full time. Before that, I traveled the entire US. Okay. I've been to 38 states. I've made money, probably more than you will. I'm not yet 30. Okay. So then when you're saying work hard when you're young, that is a myth. Working hard does not make you rich. I'm going to repeat that. Working hard does not make you rich. Understanding money. makes you rich. Let me repeat. Working hard doesn't make you rich. Understanding money makes you rich. Working hard alone does not make you rich. Now, I'm not saying that you don't work hard. I love to work hard. I work out hard. I play hard. Of course, to build an empire and to get to financial freedom before 30, obviously you have to work hard. But this idiot telling me that I need to work hard when you are young, that is not sound advice. Because what will hard entail? Okay, let me tell you what that looks like. Okay. No, no. No, I'm gonna let you finish, right? Okay. My view is different. Okay, cool. I'm financially free, you're not. So then just pay attention, okay? So then you're talking about work hard. Okay, so then this is what working hard looks like to people who don't see the other side. I'm going to work hard. I'm going to work 60 hours a week. I'm going to save up all my money. Then I'm going to invest $500 and then I'm going to retire by the time I'm 65. Hopefully, one day I have a big enough nest egg that I can retire at 65 and then maybe start to enjoy myself at 65. Does that sound a life like anybody in here wants? The retirement age has shifted from 65 to 66. Now it's 67 and a half in the last 15 years. 67 and a half in 15 years. Does that sound like a life in here anybody wants? That's what working hard entails. And also, would I say, for example, does the janitor at the high school work hard? Obviously. Yes, of course. Would that person ever be financially free? No. Does the school principal work hard? Yes, of course. They probably work harder than me. Will they ever be financially free? No. Does Elon Musk work hard? Yes. Can he be financially free? Of course, he's financially free to billionaire, but he doesn't want to stop working. But that's not the point. So then working hard is arbitrary. You're telling people to work hard, but that's not sound advice because the janitor, the garbage man, the teacher, the lawyer, Elon Musk, the venture capitalist, we're all working hard. So you're not really giving sound advice. Your logic is that does not make sense. If you are being paid per hour, think about this. If you are being paid per hour, there is only so many hours in a day, which means that there is an upper limit on how much that you can make. I'm going to repeat that because I think it flew over somebody's head. If you are, you see, this is what happens. I like when people challenge me because people think I don't know what I'm talking about. I like this. If you are being paid $10 per hour, or even all right, let's say you are being paid $50 per hour, which puts you at around six figures. Okay. You want to earn $200,000 next year, but you're still stuck at 50. You would have to work 80 hours a week to earn $200,000 a year. 80 hours a week. Now, how sustainable do you think that is working 80 hours a week every single week for an entire year? How sustainable do you think that is? How many kids do you think you can have? How many vacations do you think you can have? What kind of life are you going to live? Working 80 hours a week. Okay, then you can say, okay, I don't want to do that for an entire year. I'm just going to try to get paid more from $50 an hour to $100 an hour. Okay, cool. And now you're at $100 per hour and you're back down to 40 hours a week. Okay, cool. So then now you're at $200,000. You say, okay, what happens if I need to earn 300,000? What happens if I need to earn 400,000? Do you see that that logic doesn't make sense? You are going to have to run your body into the dirt if you are being paid per hour. Nobody who you admire who is rich is making money per hour. None of them do that. I don't earn money per hour. Jason Derulo doesn't. Rick Ross doesn't. Shaq doesn't. Logan Paul doesn't. Tyson Att doesn't. Nobody does. Mr. Beast doesn't. That's not how you actually get to financial freedom. So then you're telling me, oh, just work hard. What does that mean? Work 80 hours a week instead of 40 hours? Your advice is nonsense. That's why you haven't gotten to financial freedom. I don't like talking like this, but if you're gonna challenge me, then actually know what you're talking about. You're a financial advisor and you make money from telling people how to use their money when you're not using your money in the correct way to get to your goals anyway. If you want to work until you're 65 and that's your goal, then you're doing the right thing. Cool. I'm 26. I want to travel the world right now. I want to enjoy my life right now. I don't want to wake up with an alarm clock. I want to wear what I want. I want to do what I want. I want to see what I want. I want to wear whatever I want to whatever restaurant I want to go to. That's my goal, right? So then Like I don't, man. You getting me off today, man. Are you in a hotel right now? Yes, I am in a hotel right now. You want to see my view? Ask that guy to go live and show you his view. That's my view, right? People think that this is green screen. No, no, no green screen, bro. Listen, man. Yeah, you stop playing with me, man. Go to someone else's live and play games. But I'm glad we got this out of the way because I want you guys to see what people will tell you. Just work hard while you're young so that you can enjoy it while you're older. When you're 50, when you're 40, I want to first of all, let me explain this to you. Let me explain this to you in as plain as language as I can. Here is why you want to get to financial freedom before you are 40. After 40, you cannot move your body the same way. I'm 26 right now, which means I can sleep on a hammock if I want to. My bed right now, I have two memory foam mattresses. So I probably have one of the most comfortable beds probably in the country right now. It's amazing, my bed. Okay. It's a fantastic bed, right? So it's custom built while I'm here, and while I leave, I have to find a different bed. But my bed is very comfortable. At 40, I need to have that bed because I cannot sleep on a couch. I cannot sleep on a hammock. I cannot have these adventures. I cannot go hiking for 8 hours at 40. The same way I have kids now. You see what I'm saying? Your body is not the same. I cannot run the same way I did when I'm 25 or 18. I cannot run the same way when I'm 40. I cannot sprint the same way at 40. So then if you're thinking I cannot, for example, right now, sometimes I get to a new city and I wake up at 8 o'clock. I take my phone charger and my phone and my AirPods, and I just walk until like 5 o'clock in the night, 5 o'clock in the evening. Think about that. That's 9 hours of walking. You cannot do that at 45 years old. I would much rather, I can see the entire city in 2, 3 days because I'm walking everywhere. Imagine me doing that at 45. Are you crazy? So then your advice is for me to work now, use my best years when I could be traveling, use my best years and give it to somebody else and be somebody else's financial freedom plan. That's your advice. I'd much rather the reverse. I'd rather use my best years for myself. And then maybe when I'm older, I can say, all right, let me build a bank, or let me get into venture capitalism, or let me get into politics or something. When I'm young, I want to use my energy and my best years on myself. I want to party in Brazil. You know where I was New Year's Eve? New Year's Eve this year. I was on a beach in Brazil with 1 million people. Where were you? All right. I can do that in my 20s. I don't want to wait until I don't want to be the 40-year-old guy in the club in Thailand. That's what you want to do? Is that what you want to do? Be the 40-year-old guy in Thailand? Use your years when you are younger. Work hard when you are younger. There's nothing wrong with working hard. But the way that you're going to have it is that everybody in the chat is going to be traveling when they're 50 and they're 60. That's not a good look. Get to financial freedom as quickly as you can because you can do it in less than a decade. And I'm showing you exactly what the playbook is. Financial freedom, according to you, is that you don't have a job. It's pretty, very simple. Um, Actually, no, because then you can be homeless. That's not financial freedom, is it? So let me take that back. Financial freedom. All right. So more technically, financial freedom is when your assets cover all of your liabilities and you no longer need to work because of that. That's the caveat. So, for example, I have a lot of assets that, so in terms of my income, I live on less than 20% of my income, which means I'm getting richer as I'm traveling. So my assets are paying me 4 to 5 times what I'm spending every month. That's financial freedom. Financial freedom is not having a job where you have to clock in and out. The financial freedom is not having a remote job right? A digital nomad. That's what a lot of people. My approach is my approach is exactly what everybody who has stable financial freedom has experienced. So you're saying it's risky and you don't know what you're talking about. Because one, you've never done it. So okay. So then let's approach risky. All right. See, again, another guy who doesn't know what he's talking about. So let's approach risky. Okay. So risky, let's talk about risk. If you open business, your business, right? First of all, let me just say, real estate, 90% of real estate businesses succeed. 90% of restaurants fail. So I'm in one of the least risky businesses in the world. Property management, highly successful business, high success rate of a business. Vending machines, another one. Um, car washes and laundromats, another one. Uh, construction, another highly successful success rate business. You see, you don't even know these stats, but I know them. Storage facilities, that's the last one, and warehouses. Storage facilities and warehouses, another one. These businesses succeed more than they fail. So if you're talking about risky, let's talk about risk. 69% of people in the US earning $100,000 or more from a job are living paycheck to paycheck. Ooh, let's talk about risk. Let's talk about risk. You see, I know you don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so my approach is risky. Let's talk about you have your you have one business. So you have a warehouse. Okay. So you bought one warehouse and your warehouse is now it has the contracts, etc., and you know how to run a warehouse. Would it be more risky if you set up another warehouse that you've been running for the last 5 years successfully? Is that more risky? It's more risky because you don't know how to set up one, which is a problem that you can solve. It's a risk to you because you refuse to use skills that you haven't learned in college. You refuse to use the brain that you have to apply it to different things besides just the books. Okay, let's look at let's look at actually how people become very rich. So every single let me tell you, one this is I study money. He studies how to get people to give him money so that he can tell them financial instruments so that he can get hopefully rich one day from taking people's money. That's what he studies. Okay. I study money. 100%, and I'm gonna bet that you didn't know this. 100% of billionaires have private equity. 100% of billionaires are in private equity. That's what they do. And I'm going to break down private equity. And when I make this connection, everybody's going to be like, oh my God, can't believe it. Okay. 100% of billionaires are in private equity. Private equity, and if you look this up, you'll see that it's true. All private equity is buying businesses with the bank money and making them better and then selling them for profit later on. I argue that you can sell them, but you can also keep them. Private equity is using the bank's money to buy businesses, good businesses, make them better, and then sell them later on. So then, that's private equity. 100% of billionaires. No, don't delete your comments now. Stay here. That's 100% of billionaires. They're in private equity. Oh, that's the wrong person. Okay. 100% of billionaires are in private equity, which means what they're doing, buying businesses, developing them, selling them, is exactly what I'm talking about. Now, if they're thinking, 100% of billionaires are in private equity, then maybe I can do that on a smaller scale because that's actually how you get rich and sustain your wealth. Okay, what would I have to do to get into private equity? Exactly what I just said. Start, grow a business, then grow multiple. Don't just buy one car wash. Don't just start one car wash. Buy four of them. Start four of them. Start four restaurants, four properties, four vending machines, five vending machines, 10 vending machines, one vending machine business, one ATM business, one card machine business, one car wash business, one laundromat business. That's private equity. And they're building them and then holding them. So if 100% of billionaires are in private equity, which is exactly the model that I'm showing you, teaching you how to do, then who is the risky one? You see, you don't know what you're talking about. You're nonsense, man. All you're trying to do is try to get people to be rich by the time that they're 65. But what you don't understand is that that $250 things that you guys promote, the generation before tried that. And then look at them now. Retirement age is rising. Everybody's living paycheck to paycheck. And in the last 5 years, 40% of the money supply has been printed. The last 5 years, which means that everything that you worked for the last 40 years, 20 years of it is gone because everything has become more expensive. And what are you talking about? You don't know what you're talking about. So then pay attention, man. You don't study. How can I invest in good assets? Good assets, they're increasing in value. Okay. This is actually I talked about this yesterday. Have you done any have you done any business so far? All right, someone respond to him because I'm actually done talking to you because I can see that you don't know what you're talking about and it's pointless for me to talk to you. So someone respond to him, please, because I'm done talking to him. And I got the screenshot because you're I'm done talking to you. What are the criteria for investing in a good business? Today, I got you because you're actually someone that wants to learn. Okay, cool. I talked about this yesterday. I'm going to answer your question in a different way because this is a different kind of question. Investing in good assets is the same thing like buying stocks. You need to invest in growing industries. So don't invest in newspapers. Invest in AI. Okay. I am so there's some good. Okay, cool. So then you want to invest in AI, right? You want to invest in anything that's social media, things that are growing. You don't invest in newspapers. You don't invest in like Polaroid cameras. Don't do that. That doesn't make sense. Okay. Invest in growing industries. Invest in businesses that have growth potential. What do I mean? So then the reason I talk about vending machines is because, for example, here in Suriname, there are practically no vending machines. But if you look in China, which is where the world is going, there are entire walls where not only do you buy drinks, but you buy diapers for kids, you buy beauty products, you buy technology, you buy drinks, alcoholic beverages if you want to, and they check your ID. You can get anything that you can find in a supermarket. You can buy a tent. You can buy an air mattress. You can buy headphones, an entire wall, and it's just machine run. There's no humans. That's where the world is going. And so then, if you can think in the entire world, if the entire world is behind but China is ahead, that's a growing industry. And all you need to do is get into vending machines. Okay, cool. So that's one. So you're going into growing industries, growing businesses, growing profits. If you can find a business that's making more money year after year, that's a good business to buy. If someone else is in that industry and they're making more money year after year, that's a good industry to start your business in. So, for example, I wouldn't start a restaurant that has like rice and chicken and peas. No, I would start a business where people are selling hot wings. That makes sense. Burgers. That makes sense, right? Because these things are growing. People are going to want tasty organic snacks that taste good. These are businesses that you can start. Okay. Now, if you want to take it online, if you want to develop your own brand so that one day you can actually start selling your own products, I got you. So one of the things that are growing is anything in healthcare, anything to do with kitchen, anything to do with skincare, anything to do with beauty. So for example, if I worked, I'm gonna tell you what I would start. If I were to start my personal brand and state my personal brand on any product, uh, it would probably be either colognes because I love colognes and colognes work and you have to buy them repeatedly, so it's a subscription type of business. Or I forgot the second one. It's not shoes because I actually rethought what I thought about shoes because shoes don't go off the shelf fast enough. But I would sell colognes. Colognes are very good. Um, it's not shoes. I took shoes off my list a couple of weeks ago because I learned some information about shoes. But the first one would be colognes. I would do colognes, right? So then the reason I would do colognes is because let me tell you exactly how I'd market it. I would do colognes just like what Axe did a couple of years ago. I'm traveling all over the world. I want to prove that my product is good. So then I would approach women all over the world. And there's only three things that you can sell. You can sell relationships, you can sell health, or you can sell wealth. Okay. So then I would sell relationships through my colognes. Relationships would be obviously, oh, I'm showing my middle. My bad. I would sell relationships. I would sell relationships through my cologne. So then this is you use my cologne to get better in your relationships with women. That would be my marketing ploy. That would be my marketing tactic. My marketing strategy, sorry, that would be a marketing strategy. A marketing tactic on social media would be to go viral with videos showing me wearing a cologne or doing a smell test. This is one, this is another. Which do you prefer to women and why? Or do I'd approach women and I'd get them to say, hey, your cologne smells really nice. And I just show myself in every country in the world, different types of women. And as I travel, I just get richer and richer and richer. And that's what I would do if I was selling a cologne. Really very simple. And that's a personal brand. So you can also do that. Again, that's a growing industry because as people get richer and richer, as especially people in India, people in China, and millionaires in the US are still being made, as they get richer, they're going to want better and better scents, smells. And so then they will invest heavily into their appearance and their beauty. These are good businesses to start. And the last thing I would say, any business that you have an advantage in, you don't want to start a business where you don't have an advantage because then if you don't have an advantage, what's the chances of you succeeding? That doesn't make sense, right? So then I have an advantage because I'm traveling and I'm a tall 6 foot black man. That'd be an advantage in the perfume space, right? I know how to dress. That's another advantage. But especially the traveling piece, I do have an advantage in terms of selling colognes. So for you, you may have technical knowledge on something, or you may have time, or you may have access to neighbors that you have, right? When I was in college, I had the advantage of strength. So then I would go around to everybody and offer to cut their lawn, do the snow removal, rake the leaves during the autumn. That's what I would do. Simple, offering my time. All right, I'm gonna get going, people. This was fun. Hopefully, uh, you guys learned something, and hopefully, that guy who's a financial advisor understands what he got himself into. And this is all recorded, so we got everything. What if I started a full juice or salad shop near a IT hub? Yeah, it's a good one. And then I mean, you maybe want to add some other products as well, not just sticking with fruit juice or salad, but maybe some, like Starbucks, even though they sell coffee, they do have food at Starbucks. Think about this, right? Is that you come there for coffee, but you're also getting food, and that increases the margins on what they do. Like the brownies that they sell for $5. A brownie doesn't take $5, but think about that, right? Why would they have $5? Why would they sell orange juice? Why would they sell these snacks, these chips in Starbucks? So think about that. If you're going to do fruit juice or salad, you're gonna want to mimic what's already successful, and Starbucks is a good example of that. So yeah, great. And then have your name set up and have seats so that people can sit down as they're there, so that you have a line, etc. And then you're going to want not many products because that's the thing about Starbucks. It's not maybe like three products. Everything else is made from a factory. They warm it up in a microwave, but the products that are made there, it's just coffee. It's different types of coffee, different types of milk, but it's not less than 15 items. So then you want to choose maybe six, 10 items at most and have a bestseller, one that you recommend that's really expensive and have everything else that's just normal prices. So like for example, a salad that costs $15 and then you have one that costs eight and something else on the menu, whatever, it doesn't have to be a salad, but something that costs four that people can actually still buy. But the $15 one, some people will buy it because that's what people do. Okay. All right. Hello, R2. You came in at a decent time because I'm about to leave. I'm going to the pool. I want to swim. All right. People out. Peace out, guys. Sudesh, I'm glad that you got to join us, bro. Have a good night. I know it's nighttime where you are. Peace out, people. We'll talk another day.